Hey, hold on. Check 41. I'm coming.
Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Texans' 46-yard line.
Here we go. 15 money. Watch the slant.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got it to Ingram, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over at the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Strong round. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
This is Carson. And an alley to run. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Watch twins.
Watson on 3rd down. He gets it to Thomas. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson. And he's got Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
First and 10 at their
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
At the 48-yard line.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 27, Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And down inside the 15 he goes. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Ingram. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. But now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Big stop, G.
Out of the gun, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On first down, Carson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
X3, 218, chop.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 40, Mike 40. You ain't got nothing. 24. 40's Mike, 40's Mike.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mark 55, Mark 55.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Now it's Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson being chased out left. And some room to run now. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility.
We're set. I'm going back to you.
Watson on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. To try again after the sack. Watson. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Benjamin. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st and 10, Watson, and that'll be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. Parkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Set, ready. Watch the screen. Pass.
Tannehill now, the option left. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Watson operating from the gun. It's complete to Hopkins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Parkey with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Jackson, buying time to his left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And some room to maneuver. The 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. Parkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. It's complete to Brown, right side. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens, oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. Open man is QT, complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On 3rd down, it's Howell. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Jackson, options out left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
That's trash. Check that out.
On first down, Carson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of 2 there, second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On second down, it's Howell. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Howell, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Nice, sweetheart. Slip.
They'll run on first down. It's Howell, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
On first down, it's Howell down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Howell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.